This is a pretty stunning stat. Half of all of the new demand for electricity in the U.S. in the next 5 years is expected to be driven by data centers. These data centers are the backbone of AI technology. But in partnership with our stations across the country, we saw how they are dividing communities worried about higher utility bills. This was the sound at Laura Evans' home in suburban Chicago last spring, when backup generators kicked in at the data center 1,000 feet from her backyard. And it never goes away.
Never goes away.
Laura tells us the data center emits a droning hum 24/7, and it's not just the noise taking a toll. She says in the last year, her average electricity bill has spiked 23%.
And how do you budget when it's changing that much in 1 year?
You can't.
And her electric company warned prices could rise even more, saying one reason why is increased electricity use from data centers and artificial intelligence. ABC News and our owned and affiliated stations spoke with communities across the country grappling with the rapid buildup of data centers to support the AI boom. An analysis from our data team found there are more than 3,000 data centers in the U.S. About 1,200 more are now under construction or soon to be built.
If you're using AI, ultimately a lot of the computation happening there, or at least the storage for that thing, is in a data center somewhere.
It's just a massive construction site.
A 2-hour drive from Laura's home, we visited the site of what will be one of the biggest data centers in the U.S. in the small town of Port Washington, Wisconsin. A $15 billion project backed by OpenAI and Oracle that's part of the White House's Stargate initiative. The campus sits on a plot of farmland bigger than 500 football fields and will eventually use about the same amount of electricity needed to keep the lights on in all the homes in Philadelphia.
They'd be putting power lines that are taller than apparently the Statue of Liberty.
Tom Utek is an artist who's lived on this land for 40 years. He showed us where the utility company is planning to build a massive power line on his property for the project.
They'll just take over your land.
Yeah, and we'll fight it to the end.
At a town hall this month, we saw how the data center is dividing the community.
We are not going to pay double the amount of our utility bills. Do you understand that?
These are good-paying union jobs.
Mayor Ted Knightsky defends the project, saying it will bring jobs and much-needed tax revenue.
These are huge companies. Are you convinced that they will be willing to invest in this community?
They've been awesome. I mean, they have met every expectation we have given them.
In statements to ABC News, OpenAI and Oracle said they're committed to paying for the energy they use. And the data center operator insists residents and businesses in Port Washington will not see an increase in their electric bills due to the project.
Some proponents of this technology say this is the future. What do you say to that?
Build it somewhere else and just make sure it's done right, because this isn't right.
In a statement to ABC News, the data center by Laura's house apologized to neighbors and said it's installed sound barriers. We also spoke with the utility and energy companies in Illinois and Wisconsin. They said they are taking steps to ensure those projects don't shift higher costs to customers. You can see much more of our report, Dataland USA, How AI is Changing Our Neighborhoods. That is tonight on ABC News Live Prime and Nightline. And guys, when we saw these sites, it really was hard to wrap your head around just the scale of it. 500 football fields, using enough electricity to power an entire city just in that one place.
This is such an eye-opener.
It's a huge thing when you think about just how quickly these are popping up right now.
Yeah.
Not a lot of regulation around this. These smaller towns are struggling to keep up, and it's a lot of times residents who are saying, what's happening to us?
Residents should not have to pay any of their energy bill shouldn't go up.
All of the neighbors we spoke to said, just don't put it on us.
Yeah. Elizabeth, this is awesome. Thank you so much. Yes.